What's going on, guys? It's Jalen Johnson, or the Anime Chevalier, and oh my god, the hype is real. Attack on Titan, this spring semester is among us. Spring semester, wow, that's how you know I've been in college for forever. Shout out to me graduating this May. Attack on Titan, the hype is real. It is among us. By this time this video is up, it will probably already be out, the first episode I mean, or it will just now starting to be released, which hopefully I get it up before then so we can get a little reminiscent before the new season drops. So in this video, I'm going to be talking about my top 5 favorite moments in Attack on Titan, and of course this is my opinion. It may differentiate from yours, but I think overall, people will agree that these moments definitely, had a part in why this show was so great. My top 5 moments are going to be going from my least to my favorite moment. They're all very fantastic, so don't take that apart of anything. And again, your list may be different, but again, these are my top 5, so let's go, let's do it. Number 5, episode 6, Mikasa gains strength. In this episode, we didn't really know much about the backstory of the characters. I mean, Mikasa and Erin, they have the whole brother-sister thing going on. Though they're very close, we don't know exactly how they came about to be, together. And this episode had a good flashback, and usually when flashback in anime, sometimes it's not done right, or is it done too much. I don't know if you guys seen Tenjo Tenge, but they have a whole segment on Tenjo Tenge where like almost over half of the show is like a flashback, which those flashbacks were really relevant, is why it was so long. But this flashback was short and sweet, and it got to the point on how Mikasa became the BA that she is. And you see when she had killed those intruders in this episode, it showed how her transformation was from this sweet girl who was kind of ignorant to everything and ignorant of life. They had the whole bug analogy in there, and she had to totally flip a switch, and the power that she exuded when she had to protect Erin, in the Japanese version is like tataka, like you gotta fight and protect and fight to survive, and she turned that switch on to survive another day, and it's definitely become apparent on her character as the season and the show goes on. Moment number 4, the whole exterior 57th expedition, going outside and looking and finding and figuring out the terrain of the Titans. The Survey Corps in this show holds the staple of the army per se on how to go and fight Titans. The way that they go out, you see the intricacies and the development and the plotting to go out and try to bring everyone back alive to scout and to learn more about the Titans. This mission was very dangerous. I say this whole segment because this whole segment is really about the female Titan, which the female Titan wrecked, and that's why this is one of my favorite moments, because as the first parts of the story went on, so you had Erin turning into the Titan, the Rock on Trust. This total destruction by Annie's Titan was definitely fantastic. The way that she just annihilated, the people who were trying to kill her was just crazy. It was one after the other, one important character after another. And you know how I am with death in anime. When it's done right and done well, I definitely applaud and appreciate the way that the art style goes, and writing the way people die, and the way Annie was just slaughtering people was unreal. How she just destroyed Levi's group and that whole spiel. So and we have Annie's gonna be another moment coming up soon. So my third favorite moment was when Erin saved Mikasa in that Titan form. This is shortly after Erin was eaten and Mikasa found out, and she was kind of just going through the motion and doing what she had to do, but she definitely kind of lost like her will to live. She was going to give up, but she turned again a leaf and decided that she wanted to live and she wanted to fight. Just as it seemed like the moment was grim and she was down to like her last sword or whatever, the Titan came out, boom, and punched that other Titan in the face, and we all know now today that Titan was Erin. And at the time, it surprised all of us, and that's something I want to get across, is how every time something happened in the show, it was like boom, right in our face, or we didn't expect it. And I love when shows do things that we didn't expect. Of course, when that Titan came out in the way that was so abnormal, that it was fighting other Titans, we had a hunch that, wow, okay, they did kill the MC, the main character in episode 5. Just there, a little hint that that's probably Erin, and we all speculated, and a lot of us went to go read the manga. I did not. We found out that Erin was that Titan, but that moment when that Titan came out to protect Mikasa was just boom in our face, and all of our eyes were glued to that TV on like what is going on. There's Titans fighting other Titans, and that definitely, you know, caught a lot of us off guard and made us love the show even more. Moment number 2, Annie's laugh. People probably don't like Annie as much. I loved Annie's character just because of the way she was so like a spy-esque character, which is exactly what she was. She was in the Survey Corps working behind the scenes of her enemy, as like how we think right now in terms of, you know, the Survey Corps fighting Titans, and she is a Titan, so technically she's, you know, an espionage or whatever they call it. She did her part perfectly, and when, you know, the cards were dealt and she was finally cornered and trapped like a rat in that situation from Armin's, you know, miraculous detective work, when she laughed, you know, I'm gonna make that laugh to the thumbnail of this video. When she laughed, when Mikasa came up to her and poked her chest out and said, "I'm gonna mess you up," right? When she laughed, I was like, wow. Like, cause you always see her as a static, unemotional character, but you saw how her true colors were revealed. And when they were revealed, it was backed by that smile. And that smile solidified the whole confusion and the whole malfunction of, you know, the situation, and it just showed the chaotic chaos that was in, you know, her mind and in her prowess and her purpose. When that whole moment when the whole villagers came and attacked her, and she was like, you know, pinned up, and she pulled that ring, that knife ring, and cut herself, like that was so smooth. Like when she did that, she was a smooth criminal, like from the whole show, she's smooth. So, and they try to give her some, you know, development and talking about her and her dad. This moment was definitely a moment that I really liked personally, because it showed how there's a lot of personality issues, and there's a lot of masking. A lot of people putting on a charade. You know, obviously there's more Titans that are undercover and hiding probably within the Survey Corps, which we all have our hunches. Some of us again read the manga and figured it out, but it just shows how there's not, what is seen is not what it is, and there's so much mystery, you know. And it kind of goes back to Erased, where we didn't know who the killer was, and it was just a mystery, kind of like Grimgar Fantasy and Ash, when you didn't know why they were there in that world. They were just there and they had to put up with it. And Titan has that sense of mysteriousness, which I really appreciate. And of course, moment number 1, Erin gets eaten. When this show was coming out, you know, it was a cliffhanger every single week an episode was released. That whole first fight, because we're prepping, we're gearing. Erin's mom got ate, you know, he's furious, he's gonna go kill people, he's yelling at this guy, yelling at that guy, and it's finally time to fight. So we're pumped, we're ready to go, right? We're thinking there's gonna be a solid, clean fight between the Titans, Survey Corps, and man, oh man, was it just an annihilation. The Titans came up and they just messed everyone up. Mikasa's the only one that's like doing decent work. Erin was like flying and his leg got chomped. That Titan came up and bit his leg off. God, and it was just like, Erin, your leg is gone. It's like, that's the main character, he loses his leg. And that's the thing the directors did very good with, is like, they're taking a piece of him at a time, and it's like, you know, there's like, because you're thinking at yourself, okay, what happens from here? This guy has no leg, and the episode is not even over yet, right? So then, of course, Armin at the time on his Sakura-ish and being useless at that time, about to get caught by that grandfather-looking Titan, and Erin came up, dashed in, and pulled Armin out of the mouth before he got eaten, and Erin was like in the mouth of that Titan at the end of the episode, and we were like, get him out, like, Armin, like, pull my man out. And he was like, you know, doing his little monologue speech, and then the Titan just right on, you know, Erin, his arm comes flying off, and you hear the screams, and then the music in Attack on Titan 2 is just a whole moment in itself. But there's like ding ding ding, like the end is like there, and it's like, is that it? Who's gonna be the MC now? And then at that point, we're like, there's no way he can bring Erin back. This guy just got eaten like everybody else. So it's like, I guess Mikasa's the main character now, and a lot of speculation, and that's what the show's really good at, is making you wonder and think. And of course, they had to pull Erin becoming the Titan and make him come back, which, you know, I guess that's the story, so it is what it is. But again, that moment at that time was just amazing, and is by far the best moment of the whole, you know, series thus far. Thank you guys for watching this video on the top 5 moments, at least my favorite moments of Attack on Titan, and enjoy the hype of this new season that's coming out very shortly, if not already out when this video comes out. I will be doing reviews on this and sharing my thoughts per episode as often as I can. Oh, before I skip on, I uploaded a video about how I feel like anime is changing over the couple of years from my experience and what I see today. You can see that wherever I'm going to put it on the screen. And in a review, I'll be Iron-Blooded Orphans should be ending this week, so I'll be doing a video on that. Hopefully an overall review sometime really soon on Iron-Blooded Orphans. I'm looking forward to making that. And thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.